What's up, YouTube? This is going to be our guide on how to use Hydrapple and Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I'll be providing competitive movesets and some fun meme movesets too. If there's a Pokemon you'd like to see me cover, put it below in the comment section of the video and these help you out. Make you think, drop a like, and let's get into it. So, the new Pokemon Hydrapple is pretty impressive in its overall bulk and its nice special attack. So let's have a look at these stats first and have a look at its typing. So we've got the grass and dragon typing, and we've got a nice health stat, a base of 106, defense of 110, special attack of 120, and respectable special defense. Now, it has the ability Regenerator, which is really, really great for a bulky offensive Pokemon. And we've got Super Sweet Syrup and Sticky Hold as well. So we're going to be mostly looking at Regenerator as its ability definitely for singles. For doubles and stuff like that, you could absolutely have Super Sweet Syrup if you'd like. But I think Regenerator would be not too bad as well. So I'm going to start with some singles, and we'll do some double sets, some team thoughts, and lots of stuff. This Pokemon's got a little bit to talk about. So the first set I want to suggest here is going to be an Assault Vest set. This Pokemon is very, very tanky, so I think it's going to be great. And with Regenerate, you can swap it out a lot and get its a third of its maximum health back, which is going to be very, very handy. So let's have a look at the moves I've given it to. So we got its new move called Fickle Beam. So this move is a special dragon type move. It's got 80 base power, and it also has a 30% chance for this move to be doubled in base power. So all the heads actually come out, and it's pretty cool. So that bumps it up to a whopping 160 base power attack. But it only has a 30% chance for that to happen. So a little bit, it's not a sure thing. Arguably, you could have Drake or Meteor on this as well, so you could hit them really, really hard with a special attack and then swap it out, get a Regenerator boost, and then bring it back again. That's another option you could have. As for grass moves, you've got some sustain here with like Giga Drain. That could absolutely work. You've got Energy Ball, you've got Leaf Storm, other stuff like that. I've given it Giga Drain. It's still going to hit hard, and it's going to give you some recovery at the same time. Earth Power is going to give you some coverage against any steel Pokemon you come across, and I've given this one Terra Blast. Now, this Pokemon can have a variety of terrors. With its the thing about this Pokemon which isn't so good is its typing like grass and dragon. It's not all that good, so you'll be finding you'll need to Terra it. So the ones I would suggest would be Terra Steel, which is quite good because obviously someone uses a dragon type move against you, it's going to resist that. An ice type move, it's going to resist that. Those are going to be pretty good. Plus, you can stop anything like toxic too, any poison. Another couple, speaking of poison, another Terra type you could go for could be poison too, because that can block any poison moves. Another one you could go for as well would be Fairy. Fairy's not too bad. The main reason I say Fairy is because, say if someone uses a dragon type move against you, you can Terra Fairy, and that gives you that resistance, which is like perfect. So Fairy's only weak to a very few amount of things too. So yeah, you could absolutely have that. I'm trying to think of another one. I'd say they'd be pretty. You could go Dragon and like Terra Grass or Terra Dragon as well. But I think the ones I mentioned there is probably the best one, I would say. So the ones I mentioned are going to be there. If you've got any other like terrors you want to suggest, please do in the comment section. I'd like to sort of hear your thoughts and stuff like that. There are other little niches you can do because it does get Hydra, like say for example, it does get Hydro Pump. So you might be inclined to go, oh, I could do like Terra Water and get a Hydro Pump, a more powerful water attack. So that's another option you could do too, but we're sort of going into more gimmicky there, I feel. So, yeah, but the EV spread we've got here, max health and max special attack, this is going to give it a good overall bulk. Its defensive stat is already, like, quite good already. And then you've got Assault Vest to sort of make up for its special defense there. So that could work very nicely as a bulky special attacker. You're going to take a hit, you're going to hit really, really hard. And then, yeah, you could swap it out and get some health back. So, like I said, they're working very, very nicely. In Trick Room as well, if you want to use this in Trick Room, simply you just go for Quiet Nature. And then you want to, obviously you want to drop the IVs there to 0. And that's absolutely good for Trick Room with that speed stat and stuff like that. So, yes, that's a set I would... you could definitely use that great in singles. You could probably use that one in doubles. So I've got some more doubles focus ones, but that could absolutely work in doubles. Let's have a look at another set here. So... I feel like with this massive defensive stat, we've got to have a look at its making this max defense and maybe having a use of body press. So this is a little bit different. We got body press here. We got recover. We got fickle beam and giga drain. So we've got a bit of sustain. That is just to get some damage. Same with giga drain. But we're really trying to get some damage here with body press. So with 110 base and max health, max defense, it's very, very bulky. And you can go Terra Fighting as well to get some really powerful body presses going with this Pokemon. And I've given it Leftovers. That's also a good item on it in general. And we've got Regenerator as well, so you can get your health back. And you've also got Recover on it too. So yeah, that could definitely be a nice option, a nice defensive wall at the same time too. So Bold Nature on that too. So that gives it like a whopping defensive stat. So that's going to be really nice for that. Just another little sort of niche if you after a body press user. I can see that working. Let's have a look at some doubles and VGC style sort of stat here. So on this one, I've got Regenerator. Now, like I said, you don't have to use Regenerator. It doesn't really have U-turn or any sort of pivoting move. So if you want to run Super Sweet Syrup, you can for sure. Even Sticky. If you want Sticky Hold, you could run it too. If you so you don't lose your item, that could be another option there. But sort of it's up to you what you do there. I've just given it Regenerator, so I've got Syrup Bomb. So we've got 60 base power, and we're going to be dropping that speed. So it's more support, obviously. I've got Protect, and we've got Fickle Beam, and we've got Pollen Puff. Pollen Puff is pretty nice. You've got that. When you got your ally there, you're going to get a 50% heal on them, which is going to be quite good. So I'd run this as like a defensive wall, a bulky defensive wall, and you're going to be able to tank hits, slow the opponent down, heal your ally, and yeah, I think it's pretty good. And you might be able to get some good damage off there with a double base power, a Fickle Beam as well. So I think it could definitely work nicely for that. As for Terrors... I've sort of gone over what Terrors you could run on there. There is a lot of them. So you could have... I had Grass in here to try and power up Syrup Bomb, but you could have... I'm thinking you could have Fairy... I quite like Fairy on here. I really like Fairy because if there's a Dragon type move, you can pretty much go Terra Fairy and then it's not going to affect you at all. And then you might be able to get a free Pollen Puff up on your ally and then or some free damage there. So that's an option. You could have Terra Dragon if you wanted to power up Fickle Beam a little bit more. And also another thing too, while we're talking about this, you could run a more of an offensive set like this singles one, but just run it as an offensive set instead. So that could work too. I'm not saying that won't work. So if you don't want to run it support style, you could run that. The item I've given it is Citrus Berry. Another good item you could put on there could be Covert Cloak. That way you stop any annoying secondary effects like, getting flinched and any annoying stuff like that. So that could absolutely work on there for sure. Let's have a look at another double style set. So this one, like I was talking about, is more of... I've run Covert Cloak on this one. This is more of an offensive set. We're going to actually try and make use of that big special attack stat. We still got some reasonable bulk there. And we've got Fickle Beam, Earth Power, Energy Ball. Energy Ball's a little bit more powerful. And we've got Terra Blast Dragon as well. So that's another option. But you could have Steel, Poison, Grass, Dragon. There's a lot you could do for sure. If you're running a Rain team, you could have Terra Blast Water and have Hydro Pump. If you're running a Sun team, you could go Terra Fire. You know what I mean? So working in with your team what you think's gonna be good there for it. Now that's the offensive one. So some more thoughts on this. I've got a couple more sets I want to consider here. So let's say you were running a Sun team. It actually does get access to Growth, which is pretty cool. So you've got Growth, and I thought Terra Blast Fire, Solar Beam, a more powerful Grass move, and Fickle Beam as well. And I've got that one as max health and max special attack, sort of similar. And I've got this as Trick Room IVs as well. So if you've got like a Trick Room team, that could work too. You got like a trick like Sun and Trick Room at the same time. That could be cool. So you could definitely give that one a go. When the sun's up, you're going to get a +2 in special attack, which is going to like be very, 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 very nice there for sure. So that could work on, like, I'd suggest like Torkoal as a partner there if you wanted to try that. That could be good. Torkoal's quite a good partner, and just in general, Torkoal's quite a good partner because you can swap it into any ice moves or any fire type Pokemon. I'll go over some teammates in a sec too. So that's another one. We'll have a look at the Pimp Night special meme. I'll always like to include a meme set here. So this is the bulky. It actually gets cursed, which is pretty cool. So we've got a bulky curse set. It's a physical one, but it's going to be a body press Gyro Ball set. So we got Super Sweet Syrup. We got Moringa Berry. So if we get hit by a special move, that's going to bolster up our special event. So suddenly we're not so easily fainted on the special side. Max health, and we've got Curse and Recover and Body Press to increase the damage after my defense rises, and Gyro Ball as well because they're going to be very, very slow. Careful Nature. This is going to be better in singles this set, and we've got Terra Steel as well. So if someone tries to pull out like a Toxic or something like that, we are not going to be affected. But yes, a beautiful Pimp Night special there. Let's go over a couple of teammates and stuff like that. Let's do a couple of them. So for Hydrapple, we've got Grass and Dragon. So I'm thinking a good partner would be Chi-Yu. That would make a nice partner. Gets rid of any of those encounters and stuff like that. Not a bad one would be Heatran. That's not too bad either. It's not a bad partner there at all. Any really offensive Pokemon are going to be like good with this too, especially if you're running support stats. So you've got like Landorus as well. That's gonna like Landorus there. I'm trying to think of some other ones. The typical sort of got Iron Bundle. Iron Hands as well. That's gonna be Iron Bundle's not too bad either. So you got Iron Bundle. That's another one too. Just for some partners and things like that. And another good one could be Ninetales Alola too. Just thinking of that because you've got that big. You've got that big weakness to ice, but if you've got Alola Ninetales, you could swap that in or you could have it run alongside it, and that could set up Veil and stuff like that. So that'd be quite good if you wanted to run it, I don't know, on your ice team or along with it. Any speedy special attackers like Flutter Mane's going to be good as well. That's going to get rid of any dragon type Pokemon that are threatening, of course, as well. So that could be a definite good one. There's a lot of it's a great nice little support Pokemon, and it hits really hard too if you want to have it as a bulky special attacker. Try and think of some other good ones for it. I think that's pretty that's a pretty good amount of Pokemon I'd say for it. If you got any other good teammates, let me know. You might have some other special sort of combinations. Another nasty combination that you could run on this. I was just thinking about this now. For Hydrapple, depending on what rules you're playing. This actually gets access to Recycle, so I thought you could do like a really, really scummy Leopard Berry and Recycle set, and this would, like, with its overall bulk, it'd be very, very hard to actually feint this, this Pokemon, So you could get yourself like, I don't know, if you wanted like an endless recover one. I mean, I don't know, can we really, I'm going to make something up on this. We'll go make this one up on the spot. So like, say if you wanted to run, I got to mention Dragon Shearers there. So you could have like Curse on this, and you can make that like that special defensive one I was talking about there. So that could be like really, really annoying, and you could have like Recycle for a couple of Curse, and then maybe like, I don't know, Fickle Beam or something like that on there, or just a move that could do some damage there. So that could be like an endless Hydrapple with recover, endless recovers of Leopard Berry. So just something to think about there as well. Also something I wanted to go back here and mention on this support style set. It does get a pretty cool move called Dragon Cheer. So what Dragon Cheer does, it gives your ally a critical hit ratio of +1, and if it's a dragon ally, it gives it +2. So then you could have, say, for example, let's go, I'm just doing an example, say Roaring Moon, right? If Roaring Moon had Scope Lens, then that would be 100% crit. So that would be critting 100% of the time after you use Dragon Cheer on it. So that's kind of niche, but it's kind of cool as well. So nice little like ally ability, move to use there on your Pokemon. So that could be like another possible partner there, another Dragon type Pokemon. That could absolutely work. I can see that one working nicely. Back to Hydrapple again. So another one you can run as well. It does have access to Nasty Plot, so that can make a nice bulky special attacker. So whether you run this on Trick Room or not is your thing, but yeah, you could get some serious boost there on that, and you just have like its 3 special attacking moves. So we'll go here. I would still put Fickle Beam on there, and you give it. You sort of got an option there of Energy Ball, Giga Drain, whatever you want. You got Leaf Storm as well. You got that, and then yeah, you either give it a Terra you want, or maybe Hydro Pump. Its moveset its special moveset is a little bit limited. There's not too many things, but I think there's enough there for it to definitely do something for sure. So that's another a way of running this Pokemon. So it's pretty good. It's got like a nice special attacking set too. I quite like that. Another one you can do as well. This could work in doubles too, as well as singles. Is Choice Specs. Choice Specs with its special attack is nice. So let's say we keep the same moves on there. You could actually opt for Earth Power. So you got Earth Power, Fickle Beam, Energy Ball, and then you could give it like Hydro Pump or Terra Blast. Terra Blast depending on what you want or something like that. So say if you wanted, I don't know, like Fairy or something like that, you could have that on there, or Terra Steel or Poison. So yeah, that's another way you could run it. And with that Choice Specs, you could have Regenerator too, so you could easily swap it out and get your health back. So that's another way you could run it. I was also thinking like something on the spot here, like this is kind of like gimmicky, but if you had Leaf Storm, say if you had Leaf Storm in there, let's say we were running Choice Specs, we're just running like, I don't know, double. This is going to be doubles, right? So we got Covert Cloak, and we've got this, let's get rid of that for a second. So we want, I wonder if there's any, I was thinking like you could do this cool, I don't know if we have Skill Swap Contrary at the moment. Yeah, you can have, this is really cool. This is a Pip Night special combo here. So you could go Skill Swap, right, from Malamar, and then give it to Hydrapple, and then give it Leaf Storm. Yo, that'd give it so much special attack. It'd just be spamming Leaf Storm and getting more special attack and more special attack. So that could be like a little like super cool combination you might want to try out there in doubles. Like go for that. And then you could easily run that with something else too. Like its moves are pretty good. I don't think it's got any other stat drop. Oh wait. Yo, okay, give it Draco Meteor. That's good. So you could have Draco Meteor increasing it. Oh my goodness, it's actually quite, I actually might have to do this. So we got Leaf Storm and Draco Meteor. So that's going to give you like buffs by landing those moves. And then let's give it a status move. So we're going to run this one in doubles, yeah. You could give it, I'm just trying to think, like it does get a cool move, like Yawn's actually a really nice move that gets. You could just give it Protect if you wanted to. Like that could be a nice move to give it there while you're boosting up. So yeah, you could give this a go in. How about this one? So we've got a special attacker, and then we've got, say we go Malamar tricking doing Skill Swap contrary to it, and then you could start firing off Leaf Storms and Draco Meteors. That'd be really cool. So yeah, maybe I might even give that one a go, see if I can get a sweep with it. I'm pretty confident that I can. The issue with this Pokemon, I see it, is its speed stat. That's always like an issue with this Pokemon. So you either have to take a hit, swap it out with Regenerator, or use it under Trick Room. So that'd be sort of like some of your best things to go for there. Let's have a look at all its moves now, and I'll just give my last thoughts here. So I think I've done a pretty thorough investigation of this Pokemon. So we've got another Cursed Nasty Plot, recovers good. It does have Reflect as well, so you might be able to, if you want to do it a light clay one. I don't think there's better Pokemon to do it than that. Now there is a Rest Sleep Talk option. You could have that, like Rest Sleep Talk. There is that option too. You've also got Yawn, which is quite a good move on there too if you can fit it in. And then we got like Dragon Cheer, which is more gimmicky for like allowing allies a +1 or 2, depending on type. We've gone over, like, it gets grassy terrain too. We've got Recycle, gets Rain Dance, gets a couple of that, but it's quite limited and barren in its moveset. There's not too much it gets. Let's bring its special attacking moves up here. So you got the option, and the main special moves it's going to be using is either Draco Meter with Regenerator. Another one you might run on there, this is kind of interesting for doubles. I don't mind this. You can make use of Regenerator too, so have a look at this. So we've got Draco Meteor, Leaf Storm. That's not bad. And then we've got Earth Power. And then we've got, like, Protect. So, you're probably thinking... So, what we want to do, right, is we want to put a Jetpack on there. So, a Jetpack is going to... Let's make it really bulky. Like, you could... If you want to be able to live, like, specific things, I get it. Like, just adjust your EVs and stuff like that, depending on what rule set you're playing. I try and make my guides, like, for everyone, right? So, at every sort of rule set, so you can just quickly apply them for whatever you're playing. So yeah, let's go, like, say we had a quiet one, right? So you could fire off a powerful Draco Meteor, and then you've got, like, or a Leaf Storm, and then you're going to get ejected out of there, and then you're going to get a Regenerator boost. So that's actually quite nice. You could get a big hit off, and then you'd be able to get, like, another one afterwards. The only thing I see, the only problem with this is once you've used it up once, you'd have to continually use it. So that's something to think about as well. But that's another way you could actually run it with the Jetpack. It's kind of cool. So if you really needed to, like, take something out, you could do that. Then, you know, get that momentum and swap another Pokemon in, like, a fake out Pokemon or anything like that. That would be quite good. So yeah, just another way of running Hydrapple. Once again, if you got any more movesets you think are pretty good or strategies, let me know. I always like to hear some stuff. It's back to a special moves here. So yeah, Fickle Beam's really cool. It's okay at 80 base power. It's nothing like super amazing. But if you do get that 30% chance, it's good. Grass, not so much. Hydrapump's pretty good especially if you wanted to run that on the rain team or go Terra Water, that could work. Because Terra Water would resist ice. Which is quite good too, and then at least it will make your super effective moves like neutral and stuff like that, so that could be handy. And yeah, we talked about all the other ones. Solar Beam will be on a Sun team. Syrup Bomb, it's not too bad in doubles and stuff, I guess, but yeah, that's pretty much it for special moves and all its physical moves. It actually has quite a few physical moves, which is pretty cool. So the best ones I found were Body Press, and you might be able to run Dragon Tail on there if you want to phase the opponent out. Maybe you've got some Stealth Rocks or Spikes. You can make it a bulky defensive one. Apply it to that. And yeah, it gets a couple of other physical moves, but this is primarily a special attacker before. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for Hydrapple. I think this Pokemon's really, really cool. My final thoughts on it. I think it's it's a nice bulky special attacking Pokemon. Unfortunately, with its typing, it does force you to Terra or want to have to Terra this Pokemon a lot. Being, you know, that 4 times, and its typing, you know, to Ice, and it's Grass and Dragon typing. Its speed as well, it does let it down a fair bit. So you're either going to have to run in a Trick Room or just build it bulky so it can take hits. And yeah, I think it's a really good Pokemon. Is it going to be used heaps and heaps and heaps? I don't think so, but I still see it's going to get some, you know, it should still get some, like, reasonable amount of use. Anyway, people, I hope you enjoy this one. I'll be back with a couple more guides tomorrow and trying to cover all these new Pokemon. If there's any new DLC Pokemon you want me to cover, please put it below. Always like to hear your feedback and stuff like that. If you've got anything else to add to this, please do too. And that's about it. Peace out.